Everybody, today we're doing a Pilates Ball workout focusing on your abs and inner thighs, and it is very wrist friendly with no body weight put through the wrist. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start with a hip flexor stretch. So stretching the hip flexor, so arm goes up. We're going to tuck the tailbone, ribs to hips, and slightly lunge forward, stretching down the front of the thigh, the hip flexors. Lengthen that arm up and then over to add a little side stretch. Good. So T-zone tight, and then exhale, see if you can stretch a little further. Good. Back to center and let's swap legs. So take a step forward. You want to tuck the tailbone under, ribs to hips, arm goes up. You're just going to lunge forward, stretching that hip flexor. And then stretch the arm up and then over. Beautiful. Feeling a nice lengthening through the hip flexor and side body. Just remember, like I always remind you, don't force a muscle, just gently release and relax into the stretch. Beautiful. Back to center. And let's take a lay down on your back. And we're going to stretch the hamstrings. Now, I'm just going to pop one foot on the ball. You can pop your ball to the side, no problems. And we're going to draw one leg towards you. Now we want the hips to stay square and the tailbone to stay on the mat. So keeping that spine in neutral, I'm going to draw that leg towards you, stretching down the back of the leg. Good. So inhale, T-zone. Exhale, see if you can draw that leg a little closer towards you. And if you don't know what I mean by your T-zone, please refer to my Pilates Basics video linked below. Just check your shoulders are pulling back and down, the chin is tucked in. T-zone is tight and you're drawing that leg gently towards you. Beautiful. Let's swap legs. So just lengthening these hamstrings for our workout today. It's a nice time to get in contact with your core, your breath, and take a moment for yourself, setting an intention for the workout today. Keep that T-zone tight, and nice and flattened, and draw that leg gently towards you. Beautiful. Okay, let's roll up, grab the ball. We're going to place the ball between the inner thighs, just above the knees. In a neutral spine, our feet hip width distance apart. We're just going to draw in that T-zone. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Draw that T-zone in. One more. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Draw that T-zone in, and we're going to start with our first exercise. So we're going to exhale, squeeze on the ball. Inhale to release. So the back stays in neutral. We're just warming up those core muscles and inner thigh muscles. So just a gentle squeeze on the ball. Shoulders relaxing back and down, chin is tucked in, and the back is in neutral. Excellent. So inhale to release, exhale to squeeze on the ball. Exhale to squeeze, inhale to release. Lovely. You can start to squeeze a little harder. Good, keeping that T-zone tight. Again, we're just warming up the muscles for our workout today. Good, two more. Beautiful. Let's interlace the hands behind your head. Chin is tucked in, shoulders pulling back and down, and elbows are wide. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, you're going to curl the body up, drawing the ribs to the hips, keeping that back in neutral. Exhale to curl the body up, ribs to hips. Inhale to release, control back down. Beautiful. Good. Remember to use your abdominals, your obliques, to pull the body up, drawing the ribs to the hips, flattening out the T-zone using those deep core muscles. Keep the elbows wide, shoulders pulling back and down. So you're using your abdominals, not the arms, to pull the body up. Good. Good. Next time you curl the body up, you're going to squeeze on the ball and release. Squeeze and release. Keep it going. Remember to keep that back in neutral. Shoulders pulling back and down, and elbows stay wide. Head is relaxing gently into the hands. Beautiful. Just warming up these muscles. Lovely. Next time, keep the squeeze on the ball, and we're going to go into obliques. Exhale to curl the right rib cage to left hip bone. Come back down. And then the other way, left to right hip bone. Come back down. Exhale to curl the body up. Keep the elbows wide, shoulders pulling back and down. Keep the hips nice and level on the mat so they're not rocking and the spine is not moving. You're getting rotation, yes, and that curl is coming up, but the hips aren't rocking and the back is not moving. Exhale to curl the body up. Keep the elbows wide. Inhale to come back down. You can really think right rib cage to left hip bone or the shoulder, but don't think elbow, otherwise you'll be drawing that elbow forward. Excellent. Keep them going. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to come back down. Squeezing on the ball. I nearly forgot. Good. Just a few to go. Head is relaxing into the hands. Lovely. Okay, let's imprint the spine. Draw the legs in tabletop. In tabletop, the knees are sitting above the hips. And you've got a 90-degree, 90-degree. Hands are out to your side. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, squeeze on the ball. Inhale to release. Good. Really scoop the belly, flattening that T-zone, keeping the spine imprinted. Shoulders relaxed, back and down. Chin is tucked in. Good. Starting to work a little harder. Remember, at any time, you can rest today. And please make sure you're not working through any neck, back, hips, or joint pain. You should just be feeling the core and the inner thighs today. Maybe a few other stabilizing muscles, but definitely not the neck, back, or hips, or any joints. If you do feel those, please stop. Reset your form if you need. And if that doesn't work, come back to an easy exercise. Okay, just one more. Excellent. From here, hands go above your chest, sitting the hands above the shoulders. Exhale, we're going to curl the body up. Inhale to control back down. Exhale to curl the body up, shoulders pulling back and down. Chin is tucked in, drawing the ribs to the hips. Inhale to come back down. Keep a slight squeeze on the ball. If you want to make it harder, you can curl the body up higher. Just make sure your back is not arching. Your shoulders are staying back and down. The T-zone is flat. You can also squeeze on the ball harder to make it harder. To make it easier, you don't have to curl as high. You don't have to squeeze on the ball as hard. And you can also pop the feet on the ground if you need. Otherwise, just a few to go. Shoulders pulling back and down. Chin is tucked in. Amazing. Last one. Excellent. Next, we're doing modified beats. So you're going to curl the body up, hold this position, and then beat. So squeeze the ball 3 times, and then you're going to come back down. So inhale, T-zone, exhale, curl the body up. Inhale, T-zone, exhale, beat on the ball 3 times. And inhale to come back down. Nice work. Keep that spine imprinted. Please make sure your back is not arching. Curl the body up. Hold. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale to beat on the ball. Shoulders back and down. Chin is tucked in. Inhale to come back down. Also remember, the knees and the ankles stay parallel. So make sure your feet aren't coming in or winging out. Good. If you want to make this easier on the neck, you just come up and beat once and come back down. You can also support your head with one hand. Excellent. Otherwise, you're curling it up, holding and squeezing on the ball 3 times. Really good. One more. Nice work. Well done. Okay, we're doing pendulum from here. So if you need to reset, please do. Hands are coming out to the side. Please make sure they're not up here or higher. Keeping them out here will keep your shoulders pulling back and down. Okay, so imprint the spine, legs come into tabletop, squeeze on the ball slightly. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, really keep the ribs to hips. So really keep the ribs to hips so you're not arching through the back. So we're going to inhale, T-zone, and let the knees rotate to the side, keeping the rib to hip, shoulders on the ground. Exhale to come back to center. Great. And then the other way. Inhale, ribs to hips. Good. Make sure the back does not arch. Use your core to draw you back to center. Fabulous. Inhale to go over. Ribs to hips. Exhale to pull back to center using your abdominals. Shoulders stay back and down. Both shoulders on the ground. Just remember, don't use your arms. Use your core to do the exercise. Inhale. Exhale. Nice work. Inhale. Exhale. You know what? Make the next one harder. We're going to pause at the side and extend the top leg. Keep the leg extended as you come back to center. Then bring both to tabletop. Remember to squeeze on the ball slightly. Inhale. Rotate. Extend the leg. Exhale to come back to center. Both legs to tabletop. Keep the spine imprinted. Inhale. And exhale. Again, using your core, not your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Fabulous. Keep the spine imprinted, shoulders pulling back and down, and chin is tucked in. To make it harder, you can rotate further, but as long as you're not losing the form. Let's go one more each side. Ribs to hips. Shoulders pulling back and down. Use your abdominals. Beautiful. Excellent. And let's give those knees a well-deserved hug. Very good. Okay, this time we're putting the ball between the ankles. If you've slid down your mat like I have, you can wiggle yourself back up to the top. Okay, with our legs back into tabletop, the ball between the ankles, just above the ankles, where it's comfy, almost the shin position. Okay, squeezing on the ball slightly. Again, knees and ankles are parallel. Hands above your chest, shoulders pulling back and down, chin is tucked in. You're going to inhale, T-zone, exhale, curl the body up, ribs to hips, and extend the legs long, lengthening through the legs and the arms and the fingers, shoulders pulling back and down. Scoop the T-zone and inhale to come back to that starting position. Exhale, curl the body up, squeeze on the ball. Inhale to come back down. Beautiful work. And again, shoulders pulling back and down. T-zone is scoop. Make sure your belly is not doming. Good. Excellent. Scoop the belly. Squeeze on the ball slightly. Nice and controlled, slow movement using the right muscles to perform the exercises. Nice. And remember, you can rest at any time today. Take the rest when you need it. Listen to your body. Often a 2, 3, 5 second rest can just reset all the muscles and get you coming back stronger with better form. Fabulous. Only a few to go. If you want to make this harder, you can curl up higher. As long as you're keeping the form, you can squeeze on the ball harder. To make it easier, you don't have to curl the body as high or squeeze on the ball as much. Now just remember, you're also keeping the tailbone on the ground so the butt is not tucking up off the ground, keeping that back imprinted and tailbone on the ground. Excellent. Okay, from here, we're going to do little frogs. Sorry. You're going to have your hands on the knees this time. From here, we're going to curl the body up and then extend the legs out, turning the feet out, flexing the feet, and then just do 1, frog, in and out, hands back to your knees. Curl the body up. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale to extend. Turning the feet up, flexing the feet, and then just do one frog, in and out, hands back to your knees. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can curl up and do 3 frogs or even more. I'm going to do 3. Curl the body up, extend the legs out, let the feet turn out and flex. Bend the knees back in, let the knees widen, send the back out, squeezing on the ball. And then once you've done 3, bring the legs back to tabletop, hands on the knees. And again. And keep the T-zone scooped and flat, shoulders pulling back and down, really curl the body up. Fabulous. Let's go again. Last round. Fabulous work. Let's rock out those hips. Let's give your knees a little hug. Beautiful work. Okay, I'm going to grab the ball this time and have the ball in the hands. We're going to go into leg extensions. So from here, legs are hip distance apart, so are feet. Imprinted spine, scoop the belly. I'm just going to extend one leg at a time. I'm going to bring it back to that tabletop position. To make it harder, the leg can go lower and further. Just as long as the back is not arching, keep the imprinted spine. Exhale to extend. Inhale to bring it back to tabletop. Exhale to extend. Inhale to bring it back to tabletop. Now, if you want to make it a little bit harder, we're going to do your arms overhead. Again, as long as you're not losing that imprinted spine. So flatten out that T-zone, scoop the belly. Make sure your shoulders are pulling back and down. To make it easier, don't extend the limbs as low or as far. To make it harder, you can extend further. Good, really locking that imprinted spine. Amazing. One more. Each side. Well done. Okay, this time we are going to do nutcracker. So legs in the tabletop position, ball above the chest. You're going to curl the body up, and as you do, the legs are going to widen into a V, not too wide, as your arms are shooting through the legs, flattening out that T-zone. Inhale to come back to that starting position. Exhale, curl the body up, extend the legs, toes are pointed, shoulders are pulling back and down. Inhale to come back to that starting position. Exhale. Inhale. Again, make sure your bottom is staying on the ground. So the T-zone, sorry, the tailbone is on the ground, not tucking up off the ground. Keep flattening out the T-zone. Lengthening your limbs. Shoulders pulling back and down, chin is tucked in. Really curl the body up, getting those shoulder blades off the ground. Exhale. Inhale. Now, if your legs are widening, that's okay, but as long as you're keeping the T-zone really scooped. Just a few to go. Make sure your shoulders are pulling back and down, really curling the body up, flattening out that T-zone. 2 to go. 1 more. And let's pop your feet back on the ground. Lovely work. This time we are rolling onto your side to do some inner thighs. We're going to have the upper body resting on the ground, head is resting on the hand, bottom leg is lengthened, and the knee of the top leg is placed on the ball 90 degrees. Now remember, in this position we want the hips stacked, so push this hip away to create a gap between the waist and the floor. Shoulders are pulling back and down, chin is tucked in. Now we're going to inhale T-zone, exhale, lift that bottom leg using the inner thigh. Inhale to lower. Keep the upper body all relaxed, nothing moves. Keep the gap between the waist and the floor. T-zone is tight to stabilize the spine and the hips. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower with control. Try not to rest the body on the ground. Try not to rest the leg on the ground. So just lowering, little tap, straight back up. Now it might help to have this hand on your top hip to push the hip away to prevent it from sagging. If you need the balance, you may want to pop the hand in front. That's completely fine as well. Is your upper body relaxed? Try to let everything up here just chill out. Good. Good work. Keep lengthening through that bottom leg, pointing the toe and keeping the knee facing straight forward. Exhale to lift, inhale to control back down. Good. Keeping the gap between the waist and the floor. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. If you would love to let me know where you're working out from, I'd love to hear from you. I'm currently on one of the Greek islands and absolutely loving my time here. Where should I go next? Okay, next one I want you to hold up and we're doing pulses. Little pulses just at the top half. You should be working that inner thigh by now. I definitely am feeling mine. Keeping the gap between the waist and the floor. Shoulders relaxed. We got 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to hold for 5, for 4. Hold that leg up for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly release. Fabulous work. Okay, we're going to stay in this position, but this time the ball is coming between the ankles, just above the ankles. And we're going to hold on to the ball. Now lengthening this spine, we want a nice straight line from the wrists, shoulders, hips and feet. Try not to let the feet come forward or hands, keep them straight. From here, this hand is in front, this head is relaxed, and we're going to use this side waist. Again, it's very important not to roll forward or back. Try to keep nice and square. We're going to inhale, T-zone, exhale. Draw the legs up using the side waist. Make sure your back is not arching because we don't want the back to do the work. You may feel these lower back muscles, the quadratus, working, but really focusing on keeping the ribs to hips to lift you up, to use a side waist to lift the legs up. Okay, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower with control. Squeezing on the ball slightly. Good. Remember to keep the ribs to hips. So you really give these muscles a chance to do the work. Now remember, if you roll forward, you'll feel the lower back more. If you roll back, you'll be using your hip flexor more. So try to keep everything nice and stacked. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, using these muscles. Excellent. Couple to go. Shoulders are staying back and down and relaxed. Nice. Good. The next one we're going to hold up. Hold up. Now use your bottom leg, the inner thigh, to lift up on the ball. So exhale to lift, inhale to release. Exhale to lift, inhale to release. Keep it going. If you need a rest every 3 reps, completely fine. Lower, inhale, T-zone, exhale, lift up again, and then lift that bottom leg to come up onto the ball, using that inner thigh. Also using the side waist to hold those legs up. Exhale to lift that bottom leg, inhale to release. Good work. You only got a few to go. You got 2, shoulders relaxed. You got 1. and slowly release down. Fabulous. We got one more in this position. If it is too hard, no problems. Just go back to the double leg lift using the side of the waist. Otherwise, you're going to hold up. So inhale, T-zone, exhale, lift those legs, hold up. Inhale to roll the top leg forward over the ball. Exhale to roll the top leg back. Fabulous. Use the side waist to lift the legs. Good. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale to roll back. Only for a few. Shoulders relaxing back and down. You've got this. Are you feeling those inner thighs as much as I am? Keep the core on tight. You've got this. Exhale to roll back. Inhale to roll that front leg forward. Good, you got 3. Good, you got 2 with control. Excellent, last one. Back to center and lower. Amazing work. Okay, let's come up. We are just going to do a little bit of a mermaid stretch. So inside leg up on the inner thigh. I'm going to stretch this side that we were working. So inhale, arm goes up. Exhale to go over. Good. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale to stretch over. One more. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale to stretch over. Fabulous work. We've got all that on the other side. So laying all the way down. And we're going to be doing your inner thigh lift. So lengthening that bottom arm all the way out, the bottom leg all the way out, top knee on the ball. Let's stack those hips. Gap between the waist and the floor. Push that top hip away. Good. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, you're going to lift the bottom leg. Slowly lower. Keep it going. Good. Remember to stack the hips. Keeping the gap between the waist and the floor. Nothing should move through the hips and the spine. Using the T-zone to stabilize everything. Using the inner thigh to lift the leg. And then even pulling those shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Takes a while for these muscles to kick in, but they will. Keep it going. To make it harder, you can lift the leg higher. Again, as long as the hips aren't rocking, the spine is not moving. Beautiful. Good. Lift, control all the way down. Don't rest at the bottom. Lift and control. Really point through that bottom leg. Make sure the knees directly forward. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Legs should be in line with the body. Smile. I hope you're enjoying this workout. We're going to do some more core at the end, but we are possibly over halfway. Beautiful. Should start to be feeling those inner thighs. Good. Let's hold this one up and we're going to pulse at the top half. Good. Up. Halfway down and up. Halfway down. Good. Keep that spine nice and long. Ribs in so you're not arching the back. Top half only. Let's go 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to hold this up for 5. Hold up. 4. Good. Hold up. 3. Keep the gap between the waist and the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Well done. Okay, the ball is coming between the ankles, or just above the ankles. Laying all the way back down. Okay, we're going to lengthen the spine. Remember, one straight line from the wrist, shoulder, hips to feet. Hand down in front to stabilize. Ribs to hips. Keep the rib to hips so you're not arching to the back. Stack the hips. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, squeeze on the ball and lift the leg. And then lower. Now with these, you are actually losing the gap between the waist and the floor. The legs lift, you lose the gap. Inhale to control back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to control back down. Really using the side waist. Beautiful. Now you may find this side feels different than the other. That's completely fine. Good. Control the movement. Excellent. Keep scooping the belly. Flatten that T-zone. Keep the ribs in. Keep the shoulders back and down. Nice work. Stay with me. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. Really shortening that side waist. If you want to make it harder, you can lift the legs higher. Keep the form though. Good. Should be working the inner thighs as well. Keep the upper body relaxed. Try not to use the arms. Don't push with the arms. Use your side waist to do the work. Fabulous. You got one more. And then we're going to hold this one up and do your beats holding up. Lift those legs up, lengthen. Now exhale to squeeze on the ball with the bottom leg. So lift the bottom leg and lower. Lift and lower. Keep the legs in line with the body, one straight line. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good work. Point those toes, shoulders pulling back and down. Use that side waist, ribs to hips. Good. 3, 2, and 1, and lower. Nice work. I need to replace my ball before I lose it. And then we're going into scissors. So inhale, T-zone. Exhale, squeeze the side of the waist to lift the legs. We're going to inhale to roll that top leg forward. Exhale to roll it back. Remember, ribs to hips to feel the side waist. Lift those legs. If you are feeling it through the lower back, potentially the hips have rolled forwards. Just check they're stacked or slightly even further back, and the ribs are to hips. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale to roll back. Shoulders pulling back and down. You've got this. Not many to go. Good. Smaller scissors to make it easier. Don't lift as high to make it easier. Harder. Lift the legs higher. Bigger scissors as long as you control that ball and don't lose it. Good. 2 to go. 1 to go. And back to center and lower. Well done. Did you feel that as much as I did? Okay, into your Mermaid Stretch. So we're going to stretch this side. Legs swing to the other side. Foot sits up next to the thigh. Sit up nice and tall on those sit bones. Good. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, stretch up and over. Stretching down the side body. Just a nice release in between. Lovely. Now we're going into some ab work. The first one, we are doing the ball in the upper back. So I'm going to slowly lower our body down, and the ball is going to go in between basically the shoulder blades. Now, you don't want it too high, you don't want it too low. So make sure it's just between the shoulder blades. You're interlacing your hands at the base of your head like before to support your head gently resting into your hands. Shoulders are pulling back and down, chin is tucked in. Our back is in neutral. Inhale, T-zone. And we're going to lower our body back over the ball slightly for a little bit of a thoracic extension stretch. Now, when you do this, you want to keep the rib to hip connection so you don't completely lose the core and that connection between the ribs and the hips. We also want to keep the chin tucked in, so we're not just letting go of all the control. We're just letting the upper body relax over the ball, but we're keeping the chin tucked in and the ribs to hips. Beautiful. Keep the T-zone tight, and you should feel the upper back relaxing and opening over the ball. You may also feel a stretch through the chest. Good. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, relax into it a little bit more. Just remember, don't let the head just hang. Keep it supported. Keep the ribs to hips and the T-zone on. Beautiful. Okay, inhale T-zone. Exhale, you're just going to tuck your chin in and ribs to hips and curl up. Good, we're going into abdominal curls. Inhale, lower the body back down, lowering it over the ball slightly. Exhale, chin in and ribs to hips. Keep it going. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful, just a few of these. Keep scooping the belly. Lovely. One more over the ball and curl it back up. Bringing the elbows to the ground. We're now going to bring the ball to your mid-back. With the ball under your mid-back, we need an imprinted spine. Bring the hands back to behind your head. We're finishing off our workout today with some core work. So inhale T-zone, exhale, you're going to lift one leg up, keep the curl, ribs to hips, turn the foot out. So we're doing little circles. So you're going to lower the leg and then circle the leg around, making small little dinner plate circles with your foot. Just remember to keep the T-zone tight so the hips stay stable. Shoulders are pulling back and down. Good. Turn the foot out so we're hitting the inner thigh. Remember, nothing should move but this moving leg. Good. Keep the curl. Keep the T-zone nice and flat and scooped. Good. Really curl the body up. Good. Just a few in this position. Good. Fabulous. Small little circles, or to make it harder, you can make them bigger. Just make sure the hips are not rocking and you're not losing that T-zone. Good. 2 to go. Keep the curl. Shoulders are pulling back and down. Make sure you're not using your arms to pull your body up. Use your abdominals. Beautiful. Let's swap legs. Good. Curl the body up. Leg goes long. Turn the leg out. Keep that curl. Inhale to lower. Exhale to circle the leg out and around. Keep the T-zone flat. Keep the belly scooped. Good. Should be all core and inner thighs. I know it's intense. Good work. Exhale to circle out and around. Keep the head supported. Chin tucked in. Keep the curl. I need to reset my ball slightly. Good. Let's go 5 more. Keep the belly scooped. Hips stay still. Shoulders pulling back and down. Chin in. Don't use those arms. Use your core. 1 more. And well done. Amazing work. We're going to do a few oblique twists. So curl the body up. And now we're going to go right rib cage to left hip bone. Back to center. Keep the curl. Then the other way. Back to center. Oblique twist. Keep the belly scooped. Hips stay square. Keep the curl. Should be all core. I need to reset my ball again. Should be only feeling it through your core. Keep those hips nice and still. Exhale to curl across. Inhale back to center. Exhale across. Inhale back to center. Take the rest whenever you need. I definitely need one. Just a few to go. Exhale across. Inhale back to center. Remember, don't pull on your arms. Keep the elbows back and down. Keep the elbows wide, shoulders back and down, chin tucked in. Keep the curl. You're doing amazing. 1 more. Excellent. Oh, nearly there. Okay, this time we're going to curl the body up and bring 1 leg at a time into tabletop. Are you ready? Curl the body up. Hold this position. 1 leg into tabletop. Place it back down. Then the other. Good. So good. You are nearly there today. Excellent. Stay with it. I am definitely fatiguing. I think my ball has gone a bit too high. Let's go. Good. Elbows wide. Good. 1 more. Each side. Oh, amazing. We have one more exercise. Can you do it? Whew. We're going to add the last two together. So the oblique twist with the leg lift foot to make a crisscross. Are you ready? Let's go. Last exercise today to finish. So curl the body up, T-zone tight, imprinted spine. Exhale to cross, inhale to come back to center, lower the leg. Exhale across, inhale to lower. Exhale, inhale. Elbows wide. Good. Keep that T-zone flat. Hips stay still. Keep the curl. Good. Use your abdominals. Great. One more each side. And whew, you are done. Well done. Okay, we're just going to finish off with a few stretches. So we want one leg out, this leg drawing in. The ball can stay down, or if you want to bring it with you, it's on the hand of the outside leg. We're going to sit up nice and tall through the spine, turn the body towards the bent knee, lift that arm up, and then it goes over. Good. Inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, exhale over, lengthening down that straight leg. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know how you went. Let's swap sides. So leg comes in. We're sitting up nice and tall through the spine, turning over to that bent knee. Lengthen up, and then we go over. Lengthen up, and then we go over. Keeping facing over that bent leg. Now we're going to lengthen over that straight leg. Good, lengthening that through that arm, feeling a nice side body stretch. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, see if you can stretch a little further. Good, and coming up, just going to come onto your knees. I'm going to pop my ball between my knees. And we're just going to do a neck stretch. So lengthen up, and then the head goes over to feel a nice lengthening through that side of the neck. Keep the chin tucked in, shoulders pulling back and down. Lengthening down the side of the neck, lengthening through the fingers. Back to center, and then over to the other side. Well done today. I hope you loved today's workout as much as I did. Leave a comment below, let me know how you went, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. And remember to like and subscribe.